After 3 games against the New York Yankees, the Phillies are back within their division. Yeah, it's MLB night here at the ballpark. Great giveaway. The fans coming through the ballpark get the throwback bag, the powder blues. That's what the Phillies are wearing tonight as they entertain the Washington Nationals, a matchup of 2 NL East teams. So the stretch to the break looks like this. You know, they have 2 of 3 from the Nats. They lose 2 of 3 to the Yankees, but now they've got 4 against Washington before they take on the O's, the Pirates. They're at the Mets, at the Orioles for 1, and they finish up the first half against the Marlins. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis. This has been a tough stretch for the Phillies. Gabe Kapler said he hasn't really looked at it as being a tough stretch. He said it's just part of the season, a long season, but he likes the way his team is playing coming into the series against the Nationals. And there's no doubt he loves Sir Anthony Dominguez after what he did last night.
Well, why would you not love this young flame-throwing right-hander? He's got 3 pitches, and he's using them all, T-Mac. We know about the big fastball. Yes, he's got a big fastball last night to Greg Bird, but the changeup right here to Brett Gardner is phenomenal. Pretty much, these hitters are going to go up there looking for a fastball slider, but if you can start to mix in that changeup as well, you're going to have even more success. He went through the heart of this New York Yankees lineup last night with ease. 6 up, 6 down, and I don't know if he's going to be in there tonight. I doubt he will, but I think they're really starting to find out what he can do at the back end of this bullpen.
The fact that he's able to extend it from 1 inning to another is incredible. So the bullpen ERA within the National League East, the Nats are at the top at 3.86, then the Braves, and the Braves are actually slipping over the last several games. They're the Phillies at 4.14, and they have this brand new weapon in Sir Anthony Dominguez that they are using beautifully right now. Whether he's available tonight, as Ben said, remains to be seen, but we'll see if he can help the Phils get a victory tonight against the Nats. So it'll be Tanner Roark making his 16th start of the year against Aaron Nola, trying to get to win number 10. When we return, we'll finish cutting the grass and get to the lineups at first pitch. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider according to speedtest.net. By Toyota. The Toyota Camry, Highlander, and RAV4 have something for everybody. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank, official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IVX.com. as we get set for this ball game. 87 degrees, a little bit of a breeze though. It's been a beautiful day in the Delaware Valley once the rain subsided and those big storms that came through overnight. The Phillies wearing their throwbacks, the baby blues, the powder blue uniforms for tonight's game. It's Throwback Thursday here at Citizens Bank Park. And it's not the Expos in the other dugout. It's the Washington Nationals and Bryce Harper who are getting set for a 4-game series. The Phillies have a 1-game lead over the Nationals in the National League East. Not much bothers Maikel Franco, does it?
He looks very nervous tonight, Tom.
Fooling around with Luis Garcia, who is should be coming off the DL tomorrow or Saturday. Here comes Aaron Nola heading out to the mound to start tonight's ball game, going after his 10th win of the season. So as he begins his warm-up tosses, let's look at the Nationals lineup brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Well, Bryce Harper is indeed leading off. We saw that when we were in Washington last weekend. Excellent numbers here in this ballpark, as you would imagine. 12 home runs, 26 runs batted in. They bat the pitcher 8 for tonight's ball game. That means Wilmer Defoe will round out the lineup against Nola, the 25-year-old from Baton Rouge, 9-2 with an ERA under 3. We are nearing the midway point in the season, Ben, and he's already over 100 innings pitched. And
that means he's dealing. Look at the scouting report. It'll be about 92. He will bump it up to 95 at times. Change curve. Overall numbers against these Nats not too good, but he looks to improve upon them tonight.
6 innings his last time out, which was his last start, and 5 strikeouts in a victory over the Nationals. The Phillies took 2 of 3 from Washington last weekend. Had game 3 in their grasp, but could not hang on. Jorge Alfaro doing the catching tonight. Part of that is his improvement in framing pitches, which Gabe talked about last night, and how good he was with Zach Eflin. And, you know, he figured with Aaron Nola out there, Aaron likes to live on the outside and inside part of the plate, that extra framing might help Aaron with Kerwin Danley behind the plate tonight. You see where Aaron ranks within the National League. 5th in ERA, 5th in opponent's average, and also 5th in opponent's on-base percentage. He is tied for 1st in innings pitched, or should be tied for 3rd in innings pitched. All right, so we're about ready to get underway. Game 1 of this 4-game series. The Nationals coming off a series against the Rays in which they had 5 hits in 2 games. They struck out 23 times. And there was a little bit of an altercation at the end of the final game with Sergio Romo. Dave Martinez in his first year. Phillies will play Harper with a little different alignment tonight compared to last weekend. They've got Maikel Franco over near the bag a little bit more with the 3 infielders on the right side. First pitch fouled away. We're underway. Last weekend they had Franco. Actually, he's moving now. He's moving out towards shortstop, but he was even farther towards second base. No balls and 1 strike to Harper, hitting .219. Got a curveball inside, 1-1. It's remarkable. His 19 home runs leads the National League, Ben, but there are 8 American League hitters who have as many or more home runs than Bryce Harper. Another curve, that one a little slower in a better spot, and it's 1-2.
Just watching the series last weekend, his bat seems to be even flatter across his back. That was a dandy. But in his initial setup, his bat just seems to be so flat across his back. That elbow, that back elbow, creeping up even more.
Another curveball swung on and missed. And 1 out here in the first.
Tripled up. Just don't see a whole lot of this anymore. Tripling up on a certain pitch. But he missed that by a foot. way out in front and way over the top.
So with one out, here's Anthony Rendon. Rendon is 5 for 20 lifetime against Aaron Nola. He was having trouble with the breaking ball in that series against Tampa. Came up at a big spot in the 9th inning in the final game, which was on Tuesday. Fastball, and it's 1-1. They went down on strikes in that game. Rendon is first in doubles in the National League with 21. Another fastball, 1-2.
Good luck hitting that one. And that is prime location.
Pretty good numbers the last 12 games.
The start he got off to last year. It's a horrible start.
Just a really good player.
Yes, he is. Nice job of just fouling that pitch off there. That was a good pitch. He had to swing at it. Probably would have been called a strike, but you never know.
I think the thing about Nola, when something's close, you just don't know how much extra it's going to move when it comes near you. Curveball swung out and missed. Second strikeout to start the ball game.
I don't think he saw that, Tom. Good pose at the end, though. See the grip, rotation.
It is amazing sometimes how some guys throw a curveball better than others.
Yeah.
Their spin rate is so much better. Juan Soto, the outstanding rookie, 2 for 6 against the Tampa Bay Rays. He'll take a fastball in the inside corner, 0-1. Even though he's not qualified with the number of plate appearances, he's first among rookies in average and on base percentage. That one nearly came back, but didn't. 1-1. Only 19 years old. Curveball that came back on the outside part of the plate, 1-2.
I remember playing in Rancho Cucamonga, California, in the California League when I was 19.
With the Quakes?
With the Quakes.
With Tremor?
Looking back on that now, I couldn't imagine. I struggled that year. That was my first year in high A. I could not imagine being in the big leagues at that age. I couldn't imagine.
It is remarkable.
It truly is.
I mean, think about that. He'd be a sophomore in college. For the most part.
Right.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Changeup. And it's 3-2. I actually like the 2-seamer that he didn't get twice to Soto.
Yeah.
Because he's awfully close to getting it.
And he made no attempt to even swing at it, jumping out of the way both times.
I think that's what Nola's so good at. He calls basically his own game to a certain extent. Inside ball 4, fastball that ran. So a base runner for the Nationals. And that'll bring Daniel Murphy to the plate. Time for our Nissan upgrade. Upgrade to the technology of tomorrow today. And the leaders in Major League Baseball in hitting since 2016. Daniel Murphy is number 2 behind Jose Altuve.
It's good company.
Want to know? Good numbers against Aaron Nola for his career. Son of the eyes of Carlos Santana. He's trying to stay low. They throw behind Soto.
Noticed last night Jorge back to the hockey style mask. Put down the old helmet and
oh yeah,
face mask.
He was wearing that last night.
And I didn't notice it until he got hit in the foot in the last inning when he took it off.
So the foot, oh, I was going to say the foot drew you to the mask?
No, because we took it off and he laid it on the ground. I said, oh, he's back to the hockey mask.
I didn't realize that. You're right.
Yeah.
We asked him about it, and he said there's really nothing to it. He said just trying something different. Last time he did it, when he switched to the regular one. I wonder also if he's taken some hacks or some foul balls. So he figured maybe this will be a little easier.
Get a throw over here.
Soto does have some good speed. He's only attempted 1 steal since coming up. Little looper out towards second, and it's caught by Cesar. 19 pitches, and Aaron Nola gets a couple strikeouts here in the first. We'll move on to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Nationals nothing and the Phillies coming up. Roark for the second time in a week. Cesar Hernandez will lead things off for the Phils. Let's take a look at that Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, America's best internet provider, according to speedtest.net. Well, it's a very similar lineup to what we've seen the last several days, but it does include Cesar leading things off. He's reached base in multiple times in 44 games, which is 5th most in the National League. Part of that is because he's walked so many times, 52 walks. Tanner Roark's going look at an old school look here, Ben.
Love it.
He's got the socks on both sides.
Scout report, it's about 91. Change, slider, curve, cutter. He loves to throw that 2-seamer off the hip of a lefty and run it back over the inside corner. Overall numbers not too good.
We got a little bird that's strayed off, Ben. Rendon and Tanner Roark were a little concerned about the little feller's safety.
People helping critters, Tom.
That's right. And a bunt toward the third base side. Roark's off the mound cleanly. And one away. And that'll bring Rhys Hoskins up. Well, I mean, if it had been closer to the line, like a lot of his bunts have been, that was a good idea to get things rolling.
I still can't believe the Yankees did that last night. Take a look at the alignment right here. Much straight up. He just needs to angle this ball a little bit more towards the third base bag.
I think we were all surprised that the Yankees had 3 men on the right side and the third baseman off so far.
So you obviously still have to get it down, but that's probably one of the easiest hits Cesar's ever had.
Yeah. Here's Rhys Hoskins, who has 2 home runs this year against the Nationals. And he has a home run against Roark. 12 home runs, 46 runs batted in. And 1 ball and 1 strike. Pulled sharply foul. Our giant home run replay is his home run last night. It's the only runs the Phillies got in the game, but that's all they needed.
The amount of extension he was able to get after contact. And he said in the post-game show, he said, I knew I barreled it. You just see the home run replay brought to you by Giant. So I knew I barreled it because I thought it had a chance. And I said, well, that makes one of us. I didn't think Eddie, no way that ball leaves.
I thought there was a chance it would hit the wall. In fact, that's what I was hoping. I didn't realize that it would carry that well out. But it was a good thing. Phillies got an excellent pitching performance from Zach Eflin. So many first pitch strikes. Outside 2-2. There is Zach. Just a dominant month of June. Fouled back.
How about his effort level last night? I mean, it just seemed like he was, so cool, calm, and collected out there. Zach Eflin was just dealing. Ball was exploding out of his hand. Exploding.
Finishes the month of June without allowing a home run. In this day and age.
In this ballpark.
3-2. Rhys 18 RBIs since coming off the disabled list, 6 home runs. And that one is shot inside the first base bag, and that's going to be an extra base hit. It's going to hit the half wall. And the Phils will have a runner at second base with 1 man down. 19 doubles for Rhys Hoskins.
Much like what Mike Calfranco did off Luis Severino the other night. Put it in play. This is a thing of beauty. I mean, that's outstanding. One of the most gratifying feelings right there. Getting a hit when you're not supposed to.
Might be saying that exact thing to Tom Woodring. It turned out to be an 8-pitch at bat, and now here's Odubel hitting .294 with 13 home runs. One ball, no strikes to Odubel. Odubel was 0 for 11 in the Yankee series.
Need to get him going again.
Yes. Inside again, 2-0. Tonight's game is also available in Spanish, Ben. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language to the menu on your cable box. Inside again, 3-0.
I would green light him here. I know it's the first inning. You have your cleanup hitter up, but you want to get him going. You know what you're going to get here.
You would think just a straight fastball, right? Odubel 10 for 26 against the Nationals this year. Ooh, got the green light. Probably ball 4. four-seamer in somewhat the same spot. Foul back. It's 3-2. Five pitches, and I think all five out of the strike zone.
Yeah.
Out to shallow left center field. Trey Turner is there. And he'll put it away. 2 outs. And that'll bring Carlos Santana to the plate. Carlos with 46 runs batted in. 25 walks so far in the month of June. And if Odubel's at bat is any indication, he may walk here.
Yeah.
Off the glove of Severino.
I was looking at the at bat on MLB.com app, and the only pitch that was in the strike zone was the last pitch.
That was in the strike zone?
That was in the strike zone.
I thought it was high.
To Odubel. Yeah, it was in.
Change up and on the outside corner, 1-1. The Phillies have the highest walk rate in Major League Baseball, and a lot of that is because of Santana and Cesar Hernandez. The walk rate is at 10.3%, which is a really good number because you're working the pitcher. A little high, 2-1.
Carlos may have gotten one there.
This is the 19th pitch for Roark. Nola threw 19 in the first.
That's after getting 1 out on 1 pitch to Cesar. First pitch bunting.
Inside, 3-1. This is kind of what the Phillies did to Roark his last time out. He went 4 1/3, 7 hits. He walked 4, allowed 6 earned runs. So he hasn't gotten out of the 5th inning in his last 2 starts. 4 innings against Toronto, 4 earned runs. 4 1/3 against the Phillies, 6 earned runs. Three balls and 1 strike to Roark. From Roark, and it's outside, ball 4. So Carlos walks. That puts runners on first and second. Phillies are wearing the blues tonight because it is Throwback Thursday. They've been doing it for most of this year. It is a great look. It really is. So the runners lead off. Here's Williams, 0 for his last 9, but he may get a cookie right on this first pitch, Ben. I know he just watched Santana walk and watched Roark be wild to Herrera, but he might get a fastball to drive right here.
You know he's looking for that first pitch heater.
And he watches that one go low, 1-0. Kerwin's throwing me off a little bit, more so than usual. He's turning, and now a meeting on the mound. You think he's ticked about some of these pitches, or you think they're just giving him time and trying to get him straight?
I think they might be talking about signs.
Okay.
Because Murphy ran in first, having played in second base, maybe he was watching Rhys Hoskins. I didn't see Rhys doing anything intentionally out there.
No. Upstairs, 2-0. Hot night. And already 22 pitches for Roark. I mean,
last outing was, I couldn't believe how many pitches he threw against the Phillies. Was it lasted 3 1/3, you said?
4 1/3.
4 1/3. It was.
He threw 113 pitches.
It's amazing.
You don't give him a green light here, do you? I mean, I know he's a good fastball hitter.
I would.
Would you? Players manager Ben Davis is. And ball 4. That'll load up the bases. Back-to-back walks, and now Kingree's coming up. Derek Lilquist has already watched Roark's teammates come in. He might have to go out. It's 24 pitches. He's thinking, he's thinking, he's thinking.
But for a guy that's been pretty much his whole career a strike thrower, I mean, the guy that used that sinker, pitch to contact. The last couple outings against these Phillies, man.
Well, here is Kingree. Kingree's hit in 8 consecutive games. Let's see if he's a little patient here, if he goes after a pitch early. In an RBI situation with 2 outs. He goes after it early. He got a good pitch, and it's 0-1. Be nice to get some first inning runs here. Getting runs early last night made a world of difference. Inside, 1-1. A strike 3 call. So Roark loads him up with a couple walks and a double, and then strikes out Scott Kingree to wrap up the first. Phillies see a lot of pitches, do not score. We'll go to the second. Aranola will go back to work. His team got the bases loaded, did not score. He'll face Turner, Taylor, and Severino, trying to duplicate what Zach Eflin did last night. And Murph, it was a very impressive performance to cap off an impressive June for Zach Eflin.
You know what? You take a look at the month of June. I had a long conversation with Zach Eflin today about it. 5-0 in the month of June, an ERA under 2. You mentioned it, Tom. Has not allowed a home run in the month of June. And 4 of his 5 wins in the month of June came after a Phillies loss, which also is huge in the grand scheme of things. And, you know, he's done a couple of different things. First and foremost, Zach Eflin will tell you the reason he's finding success right now is because he is healthy. I mean, he had battled those knees for so many years, and he said, I'm finally pitching in the big leagues, and my body feels good. It feels 100% healthy. But there have been other changes too, and he talked about this to me today. Take a look at where he set up on the rubber last year. He was on the left side, and now he is on the right side of the rubber. Yeah, it's only a couple inch difference, but it has made all the difference in the way his pitches are presented to the batters. Take another look. I mean, you're just sliding over just a little bit, but he has been able to be much more aggressive. Obviously, as the health gets better, his stride is a little bit longer, but the velocity on his pitches have been so much better. And Ben, I'll let you talk about it because, you know, when we first saw Zach Eflin, you know, he's a sinker guy, a slider guy, but now he's riding that four-seam fastball because it has the velocity that it needs, and it stays on plane, and a lot of that has to do, he says, with moving over on the rubber.
It has a lot to do with deception. It's how you perceive the baseball, and it does make a huge difference, especially against righties. Especially against righties, because you see that guy way on that side of the mound. It's just a very uneasy at bat. I've had hitters tell me that it just seems like he's throwing from behind you. And if you know, he's a big presence out there. He's a big man, and if you can create that much more deception, then he's going to be even that much better.
Well, and also he's gaining confidence with each passing start. He is gaining confidence. That's such a big deal. Turner leads off first. I believe it's been scored a base hit. The ball under the glove of Michael Franco.
Well, you're right though, Murph. I mean, having those legs underneath you, it's like any tall building, you need a strong foundation, right? I mean, Zach Eflin's a big dude. To have that foundation back underneath him, it increases velocity. He knows he's not on pins and needles out there.
Yeah, he talked a lot about that today, and you know, I joked with him. I said, you know, they're calling you the stopper now, and he said, you know, they can call me whatever they want as long as they just call me every 5 days. And I said, if you keep pitching like this, then things are going to be good.
Another throw over at Turner is back. Looks like he's getting stuck or something as he dives back. A lot closer than it probably should have been.
Yeah.
Taylor bunts over to third. Franco bare hands, throws on the run, and it's in time. What a play. After missing the ball off the bat of Turner, he's able to make the play off the bat of Taylor.
To be perfectly honest with you, T-Mac, I didn't think he had a chance. But that is an unbelievable play right there by Michael. We've seen him do this since his arrival in the big leagues. He attacks it aggressively, comes up barehanded and right on the money. Able to find a good grip after not coming up with it cleanly. Boy, that's an excellent play. Nice stretch there by Carlos.
Yep. And now Severino with the runner in scoring position, hitting 172, no home runs, 10 runs batted in. 0 for 5 in the series against the Rays. He takes a strike, 0-1. It's amazing though what you and Murph were talking about. It's such a subtle change for Zach.
Right.
And it didn't start out working the way it's worked recently, but he's stuck with it.
But if something works, and it could be the most subtle thing, like you said, but if something works and you believe that it works for a pitcher, I mean, that could be all the difference in the world. whether it really is that big a difference or not. He believes it is, and therefore it is.
One ball, one strike to Severino.
I'm surprised you're not starting to see more guys that with speed try and lay a bunt down with a man on first base and nobody out. If you get thrown out, it still goes down to sacrifice, which it didn't used to be.
They've had a little more leeway on discretion.
I mean, they called that a sac bunt. I mean, there's not a doubt in my mind he was looking for his fair ball down the left field line.
Well, that'll score Turner. And Severino is going to get to second base. An RBI double, his 9th double of the year. And it's 1-0 Nationals. Phillies are taking a look at it.
Ball's definitely fair.
Yeah, it's definitely fair. I think they're looking at the play at second base to see if maybe they got him. Reese had to hesitate here, at least it seemed to be, because of the way the ball hit off that half wall. Now he's safe there. Cesar kept his foot on him. All right, so a run scores. Here's Roark. And it's 1-0. Shame the Phillies couldn't get runs in the first to take the lead, because now they trail it here in the second.
Can you let him off the hook like that?
Yeah. Over to shortstop. Kingery has it. 6-3 on the putout. 2 outs now for Wilmer Defoe, who is not a gimme at all, hitting .243, but 8 for 22 against the Phillies. Balls, no strikes. Well, there's that framing that we talked about. That may have been a strike anyway, but Alfaro did a pretty good job of bringing it back. I mean, he's not among the league leaders, but he's certainly improved from last year to this year. Wouldn't you agree with that, Ben?
100%. And he's being a lot more subtle back there. He's not moving around as much. He's presenting a better target to the pitcher, first and foremost.
Curveball, and it's 3-1. All right, so you figure you got to throw a fastball here because you have Harper on deck. Fly ball left field and playable for Rhys Hoskins. He puts it away. 1-run scores for the Nationals on the RBI double by Severino. Middle of the second, Washington 1, Phillies nothing. tomorrow and Saturday here at Citizens Bank Park. 7:05 tomorrow, 6:05 on Saturday. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Franco overall 258, 10 homers, 38 runs batted in, 5-game hitting streak for Michael. And it's in there, 2-1. Derek Lilquist keeping a watchful eye on Roark, who threw 28 pitches in the first inning. 2-2.
I know the Phillies ran up some really good starting pitching in that Yankees series.
You think?
But including last inning, 2 for their last 24 with runners in scoring position. That's alarming.
Yep. They've gone through spurts like that this year. Curveball line. That's a fair ball. That was a hanger. Down the left field line into the corner. Franco will get to second base. I'm a little surprised that Soto didn't make a throw. He got it, and Franco was just around the first base bag. But it's the 10th double of the year for Michael.
He's taken advantage of a couple hanging breaking balls recently, hasn't he, T-Mac?
Yes.
I mean, that pitch is coming in saying, hit me, hit me.
106 on the exit velo. And now Alfaro.
Here we go, runner in scoring position.
Yeah, they had been doing a better job with that. As a team, they're not in bad shape. They're 253 as a team with runners in scoring position at the beginning of this week. That number obviously went down after the Yankees series. Now I say that that's not bad, and you put it along everybody else's numbers.
Right.
You probably want to be higher than that. There's no doubt. Oh, and 2. Those kids had no idea what the Fanatic was trying to do with them. Seems like they're seeing his changeup fairly well.
Doesn't look to me like he's slowing his arm up at all.
Back toward the middle and a base hit into center field. We're going to hold Franco. Oh, it's kicked by Taylor, and now Franco's coming home. And the Phils tie it up at 1. It's going to be the first error of the year on Michael Taylor.
That's smart here by Dusty Wathan to hold up Michael. Michael sees the bobble and goes on his own. There's just no sense in sending him in that situation. Yeah, Aaron Nolly's going to come up and try and sacrifice Jorge to second and have possible second and third, but it's in his glove and out. Let's see Jorge get on top of that ball. I mean, he has it, or would have had it, before Michael even got to third base.
Aaron wanted to point out yesterday, Ben, you weren't here, but that he went opposite field in batting practice, home run style.
Aaron Nola?
Yeah. don't know if he's going to be happy that you sound that surprised. He bunts it toward first. Murphy's got it. Looks at second. Sacrifice successful.
That's why the secondary lead needs to be aggressive. That's a perfect example right there. Nice job by Aaron Nola. Even better job by Jorge Alfaro to get out there. Shuffle, shuffle. You see the ball on the ground and you're gone. Because Daniel Murphy had it in his sights. Maybe take a shot here at Jorge.
Cesar tried to bunt his way on. His first time up was retired by Roark. Cesar, we mentioned before, 52 walks. It's the reason why his on-base percentage is more than 100 points higher than his average. Martinez probably thinking, I got to get to my pen early tonight. The way things are going with Roark, unless he settles in. He just threw his 43rd pitch of the night. And we're just in the second. Two balls, two strikes to Cesar. And a foul tip. Severino hangs on. Second strikeout for Roark. 2 outs. And here's Rhys Hoskins. That brings us to the Geico quote of the day. Rhys Hoskins, fewest games, 230 home runs. My first thought was, wow. Anytime you get mentioned in a sentence with either of those guys, Chuck Klein and Ryan Howard, or anyone of their caliber, it's pretty humbling. So definitely a cool thing. I think it snuck up on everybody, honestly.
Yeah.
Fouls it back toward the Hall of Fame club.
Who was he on that one?
Outside. Outside corner. He's trying to drive in his 47th run of the season. Picked up his 19th double of the year, his last time up. Phillies now with 219, making 220 extra base hits. Maikel Franco's double was number 220. center field, playable for Taylor. It's at right at him. And that will wrap up the second inning. The Phillies do tie it up, though, on an error by Michael Taylor. We'll go to the third. It's the Nats 1, Phillies 1. Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Then the question is, who are the only 3 pitchers besides Max Scherzer with 250 strikeouts seasons in both leagues?
3 pitchers besides, I think I know 2 of them. Two of them were teammates.
You know, I didn't even look at the answer. No.
Never were teammates.
I don't think so. Harper is swinging a miss at the first pitch, 0-1. Harper struck out his first time up, one of 2 strikeouts for Nola. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I don't have any of those 3 right.
Well, you do. That's going to smart. Right at the top.
Oh.
He's going to have to wear a guard. Athletic trainer for the Nats comes out. Wow, he's in a lot of pain.
He should be. That hurts. I haven't seen a hitter in all of baseball that hits against a firmer front leg than Bryce Harper. When he goes into attack mode, I mean, his stride foot, his right leg is as firm as any you're going to see. He really hits against that firm front side.
Unless he makes a miraculous recovery, I don't know how he's going to be able to continue.
He can't even walk on it.
Can't even walk on it. Where's the little kid with the bat that comes out? I don't know how he's going to continue.
Makes me think of that line from The Natural.
Yeah, that's what I said. Where's the little kid with the bat?
When Roy starts to bleed and the umpire says, "Can you go on, fella?" And he goes, "Let's play ball." Got to go back in there, don't you?
I would think.
Gonna hook him again, down and in.
And he fouls it. And a fastball to strike 3 called. Second time he's gone down on strikes. Third strikeout. He's walking with somewhat of a limp. I think it's remarkable that he even stood up on his feet after he looked like he couldn't put any pressure on it. I'm sure they're going to go take a look at it.
It's only going to tighten up.
Yeah.
That does hurt, though. Man, it hurts.
I remember some years ago, Jermaine Dye broke his leg on a foul ball. I mean, it was up near on his shin.
Right.
And that was the first time I could remember that. Pedro Florimon did it this year. It wasn't the shin, it was the foot area. The same spot where Harper just hit it. Curveball line towards short, caught by Kingery, and 2 outs. On the next Cruckcast, John and Merv talk about the state of youth sports in America. What works, what doesn't, and what one change would make it better. Download the latest Cruckcast wherever you get your podcasts. Boardwalk Eats. Bull was holding court. You see that, Ben?
He always does.
Yeah. Juan Soto walked his first time up. We should put a camera out there, like Letterman used to do with the Hello Dolly Deli and stuff. You know, and be able to just pop up a question. Bull, we've got a question for you.
We were discussing Bull last night in the studio. I mean, with Bull's numbers, you know how much money Bull would have made nowadays?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fastball up. I should say hello Deli, not hello Dolly. Yeah, Bull was he could flat out hit. He was a heck of an athlete. 2 balls and 1 strike to Soto. Change up, 2-2. He hasn't thrown many changeups tonight.
No, he has not.
In fact, he's only thrown 2. And now the 2-2 pitch coming to Soto. Popped it up. Alfaro. And a 1-2-3 inning.
Guess he didn't want to take that mask off.
No. Harper is still limping around in the dugout. We'll see if he returns as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. You by your local Chevrolet dealers. The winds are whipping. Not really whipping though. Philly Fanatic's got his own picture on the concourse. I saw Billy Joel's banner on the concourse too. All the concerts he's played here, and there's another one coming up. The Eagles, James Taylor, and Billy Joel, really the same time period. Have you seen a concert here at this ballpark?
I have not.
I have friends that have seen it, and they say it's awesome.
We had tickets for Jason Aldean back a few years ago. And Megan went into labor the day before. So we had Mickey that night.
So did you not go?
We didn't go.
Oh.
We didn't go.
Who went, Glenn? Little Joe?
No. No, my buddy Eric and his wife went.
On the inside corner, 2-1. Yeah, a couple of concerts coming up. There's the Old Dominion concert that's coming up after a game later this year, and they're on fire.
Yeah, they are.
But looking forward to see what the crowds are like for Billy Joel and the Eagles and James Taylor. Ooh, ow. Duel hit by a pitch. So he is aboard.
Well, you know there's no intent there. His first at bat, everything was in. He yanked a few off the plate. Tries to do it again. There's no getting out of the way of that one. Both legs that got. I remember how that conversation went down. Meg calls me and she says, "Hey, I'm having contractions. I'm going into labor." And I said, "Are you sure?" You would think after 4 you would have it down to a science, right?
Well,
yeah, such a good husband.
Well, we've already established that. Poor girl. Girls. Santana takes outside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Santana walked his first time up. 40 walks now since the 1st of May. 2-0. It is remarkable how he is able to get the free pass as much as he does. Then.
And his ability to lay off pitches that are pretty darn close. He does know the strike zone.
Outside again.
And some guys fall into the trap where I'm walking, I'm not getting a whole lot to hit. They start to go outside the strike zone. That's what's happened to Bryce Harper this season. Not getting a whole lot to hit. So he started to go outside the strike zone, not with Carlos. Because, you know, you go in the batter box for one purpose, to hit.
Right.
You know? And if you're not able to do that because you're not getting it a good amount of strikes, it gets frustrating. Then you start to fish.
Center field. Taylor going back toward the track, looking for the wall, makes the catch. Odubel on his way to second, and he'll get there with a head first slide / belly flop. So 1 away and a runner in scoring position now for Nick Williams. Where were you when Brad Lidge struck out Eric Hinske for the final out of the 08 World Series? Relive the magic of the 2008 Phillies season with world champions, the story of the 08 Phils. Sunday, July 15th at 8 p.m. here on NBC Sports Philadelphia. And on August 5th, that is the giveaway. It's Sunday as part of Alumni Weekend, brought to you by Toyota, the Brad Lidge bobblehead. 1-0 to Nick Williams. Were you in the ballpark then?
I was not.
Megan going to labor, is that why?
No, we were at home watching. You see the trailer for that?
I did.
It's excellent.
It's great.
It is unbelievable. The fellas did such a good job with that.
And a line drive out to center field. That's going to drop for a hit. Odubel read it beautifully, but he's going to be stopped at third. It's a good stop sign. It would have been a close play at home. So Kingery will have another chance, this time with runners on first and third and 1 out. That ends an 0 for 9 for Nick. He's been on base twice.
It was an excellent read there by Odubel, but you can see Taylor has it way before Odubel even gets to third base.
And it was shallow.
Yes.
Phillies got a run in the second inning on a misplay by Taylor. Now they've got a chance to break this 1-1 tie.
You know what I'm going to say about Carlos's fly ball to center field, right? When I'm commissioner.
You're going to give it a sac fly?
Yeah, Michael A. Taylor tries to bunt for a hit. He drops him down the third base line. Unsuccessful, he gets thrown out at first, but the runner still advances.
Right.
Carlos does the same thing. But yet Michael A. Taylor gets a sack. Why doesn't Carlos?
That one's out to center field. Kingery's going to get a sack. It's caught by Taylor. Coming home is Odubel. And the Phillies take a 2-1 lead on a sacrifice fly.
Nice job, Dusty Wathan. Nice job, Scott Kingery.
That RBI for Scott was his 23rd. And now Franco, who got a hanger his last time up. Phillies have stolen 35 bases this year, tied for 8th in the National League. As Roark tries to keep Nick Williams close. That was another one that was very hittable. Popped up though on the second base side, and Defoe will put it away. Phillies get a run on the sac fly by Scott Kingery with a little help from Nick Williams. End of 3. It's 2-1 Phils. Showing appreciation for all military by sharing a photo or video with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans. 2-1 Phillies as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Daniel Murphy leads it off against Aaron Nola. Nola has 3 strikeouts through the first 3. No strikes. Murphy first time up, popped out to Cesar. Little looper out to Cesar. That wrapped up the first inning. Outside 2-0. Fly ball right center field. Odubel on the run out toward the track looking for the wall. He gets there. And 1 out here in the 4th inning. Earlier tonight, Dan Plesac back in his Phillies uniform threw out the ceremonial first pitch. Those giveaways that you saw, those bags, were compliments of the MLB Network. It's always great to see our buddy Dan Plesac. And he's with Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, thank you very much, Tom. And well, there you saw it. It was a strike in the Baby Blues, and there was a little. You were a little nervous leading up.
No, I was more than a little nervous. You know, pitchers were a creature of habit, right? Yeah. I retired in 03 when this ballpark opened in 04. I had no familiarity at all with that mound. And Ben Davis, you know, for putting the right fingers down. I walked out on that mound. I've thrown 1 first pitch in my career. I did it at an NC State game 2 years ago, and I almost airmailed the catcher. So I was really nervous. I threw like 15 or 20 in the batting cage before. And I had to get on the mound because if I bounced it or airmailed the Fanatic, I'd never hear the end of it.
You would never have heard the end of it, probably from the folks here, but I can imagine your colleagues back there at MLB Network might have given you a hard time as well.
Oh, they would have torched me, and I'm sure Ben Davis would have been torching me too right now. So Ben, it wasn't a great strike. It had a little bit of cut on it, but it was a strike.
Fanatic did a nice job of framing it up for you too. So
presenting it, as they say nowadays, right, Ben?
That's
not
right.
Framing,
presenting.
It's a beautiful word, and it's exactly that. It's always good to talk to you. Always good to talk baseball. You know, we mentioned you finished your career in Philadelphia. What do you remember about those times? Were lean years in the early 2000s, but you know, getting a chance to play in front of the crowd that is Philadelphia, the rabid sports fan. What do you remember?
I tell you this. I only was here. I was traded here in May of 2002. So I pitched the rest of that year in 2003. The Phillies have always welcomed me back like I was Mike Schmidt, John Kruk, a guy that played here for years, Steve Carlton. Wonderful organization. I will say this. I was very lucky at the end of my career to pitch here because there's something. I lived in Jersey when you come over that Walt Whitman Bridge, and there's accountability. There's accountability when you're on a road trip on the West Coast on a Thursday night and you stink up the joint against the Padres. And you come back on the next homestand and you're warming up at the old vet, and they're like, "Hey, Dan, you need to start pitching better, man. You stink right now." I'm like, man, nobody watches games at 2 o'clock in the morning, but they do in Philadelphia.
Absolutely, they do. And but when you win here, obviously, as you've seen in years after that, it's a special place to win as well. Let me ask you this, because you watch a lot of baseball. Obviously, it's what you do. It's your passion. The national perspective on this very young Phillies team, what is it?
They've gotten a lot better, a lot sooner than a lot of people anticipated. Tonight's starter, Aaron Nola, I make no fact. He needs to be in the All-Star game. 9 wins. He's 9-2, sub-3 ERA. My personal opinion, and I know we use it a lot, you know, everybody says he's one of the top 10 starting pitchers in the game of baseball. I was a guest instructor for a week in Clearwater. And when I left there, I told Greg Castorado, I told him one thing. This guy could have pitched for the Phillies in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. He goes about his work. There's no razzmatazz. There's no shtick. There's no beating his chest. He's a country boy from Louisiana. And when you watch this guy, the way he approaches his job every day, he threw a bullpen the first day. And I remember telling Rick Kranitz, that's the kind of bullpen I wanted to throw for 18 years. No BS. under control, not overthrowing, not bouncing anything, not trying to throw a ball 100. When you watch him, he pitches like his persona is everything is under control. Now, he may be going 500 miles an hour, but boy, what he presents from the outside, he's what they're supposed to look like. He would be an ace on 29 other teams. He's that good. And I think finally he's going to start getting the attention he deserves. He doesn't toot his own horn, but guys like me need to start tooting the horn for him. He's that good.
Well, he's tooting away right there on the mound. He's going to appreciate those starts. We certainly appreciate watching him, each and every 5 days, getting a chance to watch him. And I know you do too.
I do too. And Tom McCarthy, you the man, Tom.
Hey, Zach.
Yeah, he is.
I told him to say that, Tom. Dan, good to see you.
I'll send you the 50 in the mail. I need your new address. Hook me up, Tom.
Great to see you, Dan. Guys, take it away. You the man, Tom. Take it away.
Oh, we go to the bottom of the fourth. The Phillies up 2-1. Is brought to you by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. And by WB Mason. Who about WB Mason for fast, free delivery? Bottom of the fourth inning, it's 2-1 Phils.
These trucks were out all over the road today. WB Mason trucks.
Yeah. I wanted to stop and take a photo the other day of one of them. Who was that picture that we just saw that looked like the WB Mason guy?
For the Cardinals.
Yeah, for the Cardinals. Michaelis.
Yeah.
I was going to try to do be crafty and do like a split screen. Then I realized I couldn't do it, so I just kept on going. 1 ball and 1 strike to Alfaro here in the home fourth. Phillies 2 runs on 4 hits. The Nationals 1 run on 2 hits. Tonight, the Phillies and the Nats, at least for the moment, will get that half game away from the Atlanta Braves because the Braves are off tonight. Phillies are 2.5 out. The Nats are 3.5 out. Back toward the middle again for Alfaro. Diving stop. Defoe, no chance to get him there, right? Oh, he got him.
I don't think so.
I think he's already past the man.
I'm with you.
That was a heck of a play by Defoe, though, because Alfaro runs well for a catcher. I didn't think there was any chance that he would be able to get him. This shouldn't take long.
I mean, he's right on top of it.
Kerwin Danley is the crew chief, so he'll make the call. Paul Nart is the other veteran of this crew. This should be pretty quick. Kerwin just said, "What you got?" And here we go. That could be the fastest one we've seen. Have we had a faster one?
Not that I can remember.
Well, Nola's coming up. And as Dan Plesac mentioned, he should be in the All-Star game in Washington, D.C. The 2018 Camping World MLB All-Star ballot is now open and exclusively online. Make sure your favorite Phils are represented. Catch all the excitement in the 89th MLB All-Star game presented by MasterCard July 17th live on Fox. The show's bunt takes high. 1 ball and no strikes.
Just doing Aaron Nola a favor, throwing him a breaking ball when he's trying to bunt. It's first of all, it's slower. Secondly, it's already going down. You know, it makes it easier to get the ball on the ground.
He bunts it toward first on a few hops. Murphy goes to second and in time to get Alfaro. And I think the Phillies will probably look at this one too. That one was obviously closer.
Looking at it from up here, I thought he beat that one.
It was close. So right there, Turner has the ball and his foot is on the bag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep, so he is out. That's a nice play. That was my thought, Ben, that his foot might have come off.
Jorge might want to get into his slide a little sooner next time. He hit that bag hard.
Well, and the other thing, too, is Alfaro had to hesitate a little bit. That ball was in the air. So that probably cost him some. Here's Cesar, who's 0 for 2. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Cesar is grounded out and he is struck out. Out to second base. That might be 2. Tough to double up Cesar, but that's a quick exchange. 4-6-3 double play. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We'll move on to the 5th inning with the Phillies leading it 2-1. Our Independence Blue Cross Fearless Philly of the Week had a June to remember. Zach became the first Phillies pitcher to record 5 wins in a month since Cole Hamels did so in 2012. His 5 wins consisted of a 1.76 ERA, an opponent's average against of .218, 28 strikeouts in 30 2/3 innings pitched, and 0 home runs. Eflin's wins were of the highest quality, coming against the Cubs, the Brewers twice, the Nationals in D.C., and the Yankees. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, it's nice to see Zach Eflin getting that recognition. I'm sure he's going to get some recognition around Major League Baseball. He'll be in the running for Pitcher of the Month. I don't think there's any question about that. Pedro Severino is due to lead things off. Tanner Roark is due up next. And then Wilmer Defoe. Hey, the Phillies Baseball Academy is in full swing for boys and girls. Ages 6 to 14. You got softball and baseball. You get professional coaching and skill development. There are a lot of weeks and locations to choose from. Call 610-520-3400. Ben is a graduate of the Phillies Baseball Academy.
I am.
Spaces are filling up. Did Glenn go also?
Yes.
Did you get a uniform?
No.
Oh. Severino doubled home the only run for the Nationals. And he takes a curve. It's 0-1.
But we did get to take batting practice from shortstop at the vet.
Oh, I've done that before. I played a softball game with Mitch Williams and John Kruk from second base at the vet.
Really?
Yeah. 0-2. Johnny doesn't remember it though. Since he doesn't remember it, I'll say I struck him out. Mitch hit bombs.
Did he?
Oh, he hit bombs. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Severino. Ground ball toward the hole, backhanded by Kingery, and a throw over to first in time. Severino says to take a look at it. I think he hit the foot of Santana. They will take a look at it. Chip Hale. I think they got it by a half step, Ben.
Yeah, I think if he takes a more direct route towards first base, he ran well inside the line the entire way.
Yeah, he got Santana's foot. Got his heel.
I mean, he ran in the grass the entire way and then had to divert back towards first base on an angle.
A couple of nice plays tonight by Kingery at shortstop. Ball and no strikes. Over to third base, picked on a hop by Michael. Defoe flight out to left, his first time up. Phillies are trying to win their 43rd game of the year. Sitting in Gabe's office today with Scott. We were talking to him about where the team is now, getting close to the midway point of the season. And we asked him, is this team where he thought? And he said, I really thought we were a playoff team. We're playing like a playoff team. And I just think we're going to get better as the year goes on. 1, 2, 3 go. The Nats will go to the bottom of the 5th. Rhys Hoskins will lead it off when we return. Out for the Citizens Bank Minor League Report. Citizens Bank, the official bank of the Phils. Visit citizensbank.com. Lehigh Valley defeated Scranton yesterday 4-2. Drew Anderson had a nice outing. Reading lost to Erie 8-5. Austin Listy 2 hits, 4 RBIs. Clearwater defeated Dayton 5-4. Adam Hazley had a couple hits. And Lakewood defeated Hagerstown. Will Stewart pitched well. Tonight, Joey Meneses has a 2-run home run, his 14th for Lehigh Valley. He is second in the International League in home runs. Victor Arano and Hector Neris are getting themselves stretched out, relaxing in the Phillies bullpen. As Rhys Hoskins leads it off. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. Hoskins is 1 for 2. He's doubled. He's also flied to center field. And a strike to Rhys, 1-1. Pretty good chance the Nationals bullpen was stretching earlier, but this will only be the 75th pitch. I know we're beginning the 5th inning. Oh boy, that ball's whacked out to left field. Soto will watch it bounce off 1 hop off the wall. Hoskins will have to hold up with a long single. Well, he blistered that one.
Hit it too hard.
And here comes Odubel.
I mean, it's just taking advantage of another pitcher's mistake. Pitch supposed to be in. It's middle, and Rhys capitalizes.
Exit velocity on that was 108. That was the hardest hit ball of the night for the Phils. Odubel was hit by pitches last time and scored. He's also popped out to short. And he shows bunt, takes a strike, 0-1. I can't tell if he was going to put that toward third or bring that with him. I think it was toward third.
I agree.
Curveball, a slow curve. Swing and a miss. He threw him another curveball. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Roark. Summer is here, and so is the new Boardwalk Eats Summer Steal. $30 tickets plus your first food or drink on us at Boardwalk Eats. That's what's located over in left field behind the Harry Callis statue. Awesome burgers, specialty hot dogs, and sausage and other Boardwalk treats. Select games available, including this week against the Orioles. Visit Phillies.com/Boardwalk Eats. Carlos Santana. And that's just a bit outside.
Los gave it a ride his last time up, just to the wrong part of the ballpark. Extra ounces of weight do you think all that pine tar?
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny watching every jersey just pop up because he taps it and pulls it up.
I mean, he uses the liquid form on that, but
yeah.
he uses the stick on his grip, the Manny Mota stick. I mean, it's got to be multiple ounces, right?
I don't know about multiple, but I think there is. I mean, there's a lot on there.
I mean, it's caked on there. You mix in the rosin.
Two and one. He got a good pitch there. A healthy swing. 2 balls, 1 strike to Santana.
Just saying, if that's a 32-ounce bat,
yeah,
it's got. I'm thinking it's got to be 35, 36 ounces by now.
Really?
I'm telling you.
He does have a lot of pine tar on there. Breaking ball, and it's 3 and 1.
It's at least a couple ounces now.
Bouncing ball foul over the head of Flores. Bring your scale in tomorrow. Let's weigh it.
About Edgar Martinez, he had 2 different bats. He had an M356 and an M348. Both models that he won the batting titles with, because that was the average that he won the batting titles with. His bats they were 34 inches. They had to be between 30.5 and 30.8 ounces.
The strike 3 called, and now Hoskins will be doubled up. And that'll wrap up the inning for the Phils. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left. We'll go to the 6th inning. Phillies lead it by 1. We'll be back right after this. Offensive play of the game.
Play on Michael Franco off the bat of Michael A. Taylor. Comes charging in on this bunt. Barehands it. Gets a good grip and fires a strike on to Carlos Santana at first base. Nice stretch there by Los as well. That is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
Bryce Harper will lead it off. Harper has struck out twice. outside, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Boy, he was gimping around after that second at bat. I'm surprised he's still in this ball game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Breaking ball, and it's 1-1. He's had a really good curveball tonight against Bryce Harper. Must have deemed that high. 2-1. That ball had so much movement on it. Let's take a look at where this pitch was.
And Jorge really didn't have to bring that back a whole lot.
And a base hit the opposite way.
That is some pretty hitting
for Bryce Harper. So he is 1 for 3. All right, so Phillies Authentics has a Carlos Santana bat, a broken one from the other night. It's authenticated, and there's a lot of pine tar on it, and it's sticky from one side to the other.
Is it really?
Yes.
I can smell the pine tar from here.
Yeah.
Best smell in the world. Should be a cologne.
So great. Look at all that pine tar.
That is remarkable to me to have that much on there.
Is it sunflower seeds?
It's like a little bit of dirt. But I mean, seriously, that has to affect the weight of the bat substantially, I would say.
Off the glove of Franco, and Harper is going to put the brakes on at second. And now the Nationals have runners on first and second with nobody out here in the 6th inning. And Juan Soto is coming up. Well, I don't know what the bat is anyway.
Probably says it on the bottom here. It is sticky all over.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to
So
turn.
it's a 33.5, 32.5.
Okay.
Okay.
So 33.5, 32.5. So we can go get your bat from the office.
That should be 32 ounces. So what I was saying about Edgar is Edgar uses a cupped bat, cupped end. You can see the cup there. So Edgar would put it in a styrofoam cup, and he had his own little scale. And Edgar would not use a bat
I remember you telling us that.
if it was not between 30.5 and 30.8 ounces, which is a very light bat. Now your hands are all sticky.
Yeah.
But that is incredible how much pine tar is on there.
Yeah. First pitch is a strike to Soto. It's 0-1. Yeah, I kind of like the handle. I mean, I know some people don't. I like it.
Right.
The fact that there's,
So he goes liquid up here.
Yeah.
And then he goes with the Manny motor stick on the actual grip.
Yeah. With the lizard skin.
With the lizard skin. Super tacky. I mean, you're not going to. They can't get any stickier.
No, I mean, would you compare this to Edgar's at all? I mean, with what he had?
Well, Edgar wouldn't put that much pine tar on it.
Oh, okay. You didn't play with Jay Buhner. Jay Buhner had a lot.
Bone used a lot. Yep. Played against him. Give that a whirl.
Outside.
You can get it. I can pry it out of your hands.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. 94 on that fastball from Nola. Well, he's got some heavy lifting after the line drive single by Harper, and then the ball off the glove of Franco at third. Two and two. Curveball, and he just stays alive with it. Nola had not been in any kind of trouble since the second. In fact, he had retired 11 straight before that hit by Harper. Pitch count is still in a good spot. Trying to manage his way through this inning. They had Harper dancing a little bit. But it wasn't a set pickoff play. Popped him up. Franco into foul territory. And he makes the catch. That ball is in foul territory. It was starting to go toward fair. The batter would have been automatically out with the infield fly rule. And now it's Daniel Murphy, who is 0 for 2. He has popped out and he has flied out. And now the first meeting on the hill between Alfaro and Nola. And Aaron doing all the talking. Calmer out in Ashburn Alley than it was in the Yankee series. Still a good crowd on hand tonight. A lot of tickets sold for tomorrow. That's the first of the 2 fireworks shows. Saturday as well. And a fastball to Murphy, and it's 0-1. Runners in scoring position. Murphy's been, I mean, particularly since he's come over to the Nationals. Now, he was good with the Mets, but since he's come over to the Nationals, he's been really good. That one's out toward right field. It's not deep. Williams comes in. Harper's tagging. Harper's going to third. Williams is thrown at third base. It hits him, but backed up by Nola nicely. That's some aggressive base running by Bryce Harper.
I don't see any reason for it, but he made it.
But Nick had a chance to get him, too.
I did. Nice back up there by Aaron.
So first and third with 2 outs.
And Nick does everything in his power. He gets behind it.
The ball just died when it hit the ground.
Yeah.
Trey Turner is 1 for 2. Reached on a ball that was ruled a single under the glove of Franco. Hit hard his first time up, and then grounded out to shortstop. Such a good pitch. Harper's limping more now than he was earlier in the game as he walks off third. Nice play by Alfaro, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a curveball all the time from Aaron when he throws those breaking pitches. That looked almost like a slider the way it came to the plate. Didn't have the same depth that his curves usually have. On the inside corner, 1-2.
Turner saying there's no way that's a strike.
'81 pitches so far for Nola.
So many possibilities. Now, Aaron's not a guy that climbs the ladder with regularity, but this wouldn't be a bad spot to do it.
And the 1-2 pitch out toward right field. Williams on the run toward the line and out of play.
got to hook him here.
One and two. Swing and a miss. He got him.
There it was.
First two hitters got aboard with singles. And then he was able to get the next three. And what a breaking ball he just threw to Trey Turner for his 5th strikeout of the night. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left. It's his best pitch. When he gets in trouble, he finds a way to go to it. And we'll head to the 6th, bottom of the 6th. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEFF-NOW or visit jeffersonhealth.org. Well, the yard is pretty packed as Nick Williams will start the bottom of the 6th inning against Tanner Roark. Roark has allowed 6 hits and 2 runs. He's bent. He hasn't broken, though. Phillies got a run in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 straight strikeouts now for Roark. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thank you, Tom. Well, throughout the month of June, NBC Sports Philadelphia explores fair play, the state of youth sports in America. Before they were major leaguers, they were just young guys playing all kinds of different sports, like this young guy right here. I ask you guys, who is that? What current Philly is that? Tough one.
Huh. What current Philly is that?
Murph, can you give us a hint? Is
Current Philly.
Is he currently on the DL?
Yes, he is.
You could see that?
I'm going to say Jared Eichhoff.
Well, that's what I thought it was originally. But then I thought, yeah. Somehow I could tell by the smile that it was Jared.
I don't know if not positive.
Yeah. I'm thinking Jared also.
Okay.
One ball and 1 strike to Kingery. Outside, 2-1. Over toward the hole. Backhanded by Turner.
Nice play.
And Kingery's retired, 2 outs. All right, Murph, what do you got, buddy?
Well, I have no idea how Glenn or Little Joe knew that was Jared Eichhoff, but here's a little factoid about his Little League career. During one game, he was playing shortstop. There were runners on first and second, nobody out. He fielded a ground ball, stepped on second base, threw to first to complete an unassisted triple play.
Nice.
So how about that, Jared Eichhoff? And yes, you guys were correct. Way to go, Glenn and Little Joe.
Sports in America presented by Geico tomorrow at 10:30 on NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Don't you start too, Greg Murphy. I thought we were tighter than that. I expect it from the big guy, not from you, though.
It was a really good guess, Ben.
Thank you.
And Glenn. One to Franco. Franco is 1 for 2 tonight. He's doubled and scored. He's also popped out. High, and it's 2-1. I think if you're Dave Martinez, you've got to be thrilled that Roark is pitching here in the 6th inning.
If you'd have told me, I mean, he's not out of the 6th yet, but if you would have told me after the first 2 that he's going to go 6, I'd have taken that bet.
Off the hands, pop foul toward the Phillies dugout. Carlos Ruiz made the play. It's just so relaxed. I mean, another one fouled off to the right. This one will head toward the back of the lower level. Alfaro's on deck. This one to the Hall of Fame club.
He's having some rips, isn't he?
Out toward right field. Going back on it is Harper. Backpedaling, and it's off the top of the scoreboard. That'll be the 2nd double of the night for Maikel Franco. That hit the brick above the scoreboard.
How did it not get on out of here? I mean, he had some rips this entire at bat. Finally gets one a little more to his liking. Yeah. And then right off the railing. Now, if it would have hit there and then gone out, hit the top of that little ledge and then gone out, homer?
Yeah. All right, so after an intentional walk, it's going to bring Aaron Nola to the plate. Well, you know what? That's a good question.
Because it's not above.
Yeah,
although
but if it hits Jose Canseco's head, it goes over.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, it's a home run. Nola is 0 for 1 with a sack.
I said to Jim Salisbury last night in the pregame show, we've been sleeping on Maikel a little bit. And he's been swinging the bat a lot better.
Well, he's hit it 6 straight now. It's his 2nd time this year, 2nd game this year, where he's had 2 doubles. He has 22 extra base hits.
Average up to 263.
Two. 2. Nobody up yet in the Nationals bullpen, but that's about to change. They're going to get one of their handful of lefties up.
Solis. They have 9 out there in the pen. Aaron.
Noah fouls it off to stay alive. Broncos at second base. Alfaro, who was intentionally walked, is over at first base.
So did you witness said opposite field home run by
No.
Aaron and BP?
Nope, I did not. Well, I saw him hitting. I didn't see the home run, though. Up the third base line. Rendon, bare hands, flips.
Wow.
And it's in time. That is a really good play.
Wow, wow, wow.
5-3 on the putout, no runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left. So we finished 6, and now on to the 7th with the Phils up 1. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda dealers game summary. Nationals scored a run in the 2nd inning on a Pedro Severino double, and then the Phillies scored 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. Scott Kingery had a sac fly. That's the go-ahead run tonight. Aaron Nola, 6 innings, 5 strikeouts so far. He is just now finishing up his warm-up tosses. Which brings us to our Ram Truck Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. All right, Ben, who are the only 3 pitchers besides Max Scherzer with 250 strikeout seasons in both leagues?
Well, the first 2 that came to mind are Randy Johnson and Pedro Martinez.
Right. Well, there were 3 that came to your mind.
There were 3, and then Kurt Schilling.
Right.
You helped me out.
I did.
And crossed out Schilling. And then I'm thinking, how do I not get the all-time strikeout leader, Nolan Ryan?
How did you get it?
What's that?
How did you get it?
I just remembered it has to be Nolan Ryan.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
You questioning me again?
How did you get it, Ben?
Nolan Ryan. The Ryan Express.
Oh, man. Security cameras are everywhere, Ben.
Oh, look, my hand is red. Wow. Interesting.
Oh.
Shame, shame. Everybody knows my name.
Bill and Cheryl are not going to be happy about this. Ben, cheaters never prosper. As Taylor lifts the first pitch out to shallow right field, Nick Williams comes running in and makes the catch. Cesar wasn't sure if he was there.
Hey, Tom, do me a favor. Check his search history for Jared Eichhoff, please.
It's a photo.
Check images, by the way.
We can't trust you now, so.
You just writing me off?
John DeSangro has left the production cavity. Now, it may be that he went and got more cookies, but he has left the production cavity. His last words were shaking his head. I can't believe it.
The questions that you give Crucker are, I texted Sang the other night. I said, you might as well have just said, who replaced Wally Pipp at first base for the Yankees?
Here we go. Severino takes outside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Have you ever really looked at Nolan Ryan's strikeout records?
Don't change the subject, Ben. They are amazing. They are amazing. There's a breaking ball. That's a strike, and it's 1-2 to Severino. That was the first guy that came to my mind just because he played for so many teams and was dominant throughout his career. But I did think Curt Schilling and a strike 3 called. 2 outs, 6 strikeouts. And Brian Goodwin coming up. This is PitchCast presented by P.J. Wheelahans. Dotson. So Roark, 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. Ryan Matson loosening up in the pen. And it's 0-1 to Goodwin. His walk helped trigger that come from behind victory on Sunday night. He has 2 walks as a pinch hitter. One of them came on Sunday night. And that come from behind victory by the Nationals, thanks to the base hit by Murphy. Curveball.
Go the change up here.
Went fastball.
Went fastball.
2-seamer.
I was thinking change up. You have a guy that's coming off the bench. He's going to be aggressive. You get a 2-1 count. He's thinking he's going to challenge me here, and you drop that change up. He went with the heater.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Pumped foul, and it remains 2-2. Nola's last outing against the Nationals, 6 innings, 4 hits. The last time he went this far was the 12th against Colorado, 108 pitches. The 31st against the Dodgers, he went 7 innings, threw 111 pitches that night. Trying to pick up his 10th win of the year. And the 2-2 pitch. Curveball and just missed. Brian Goodwin had given up on that one, huh?
Well, it starts off so far outside. Take a look at our pitch cast brought to you by P.J. Wheelhands. It's outside.
And a strike 3 called. That's a 2-seamer that ran off the hip. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nola. 7 strikeouts on the night. 7 innings for the first time since the last day of May. Another dominant performance by Aaron Nola here tonight.
What's the run on this ball? I mean, this ball comes back 1.5 feet. Unbelievable. Ends up being almost right in the middle. We're heading to stretch time.
On WB Mason's Super Seat Big Shot Chair. With just one click, you'll have your chair assembled and delivered right to your desk. Free of charge. Visit WBMason.com to order yours today while supplies last. Nobody does it better than who but WB Mason.
Why don't you get one of those, Mr. Big Shot?
I did get a chair from WB Mason, my office at home, and it is very comfortable. Here's Cesar to lead it off against Ryan Matson. Cesar is 0 for 3.
Oh boy.
He is now 1 for 4. He smokes that one right back through the middle. Ryan Matson was one of our favorites when he pitched here for the Phils, partly because he just kept on pitching. It didn't matter. It's his first appearance here since 2011. Ryan with the Phillies appeared in 491 games.
Wow.
Started 18. He finished 150. Had a wipeout changeup and still does. Those are the numbers here at Citizens Bank Park. 30 saves for Oakland in 2016. 32 for the Phillies in 2011. You have to remember too, he pitched for the Phillies in 11. And then we didn't see him in baseball till 2015.
Right.
He went from his 30-year baseball season, he was 30 years old in 2011, to not pitching until 15 with the Royals. And he pitched in 68 games because of Tommy John and a couple other issues that he had.
He's had to endure a lot.
Two balls, no strikes. In the air to left field. Going back on it is Soto, and it is gone! Towering two-run home run by Rhys Hoskins. It's 4-1 Phillies.
Number 13 on the year. He's back. Boy, that ball had some hang time. But again, he gets himself into a good hitter's count. Rhys Hoskins 2-0, sitting dead red, gets a cookie, and goes up top. And this is huge, Tom, because we know the capabilities of this Nationals lineup. They can score some runs in a hurry. So anything you could add on to that 1-run lead, Phillies now have a 3-run lead.
Well, as you mentioned, it's his 13th home run. He now has 48 runs batted in. One ball, no strikes to Odubel. There's a changeup, and it's 1-1. Opposite way. Somebody made a nice play. Makes for a very light dugout right now. It's always light when Cranny's involved.
You talk about hitting in there.
Hey, pitchers have to see a guy hit all the time. They got some advice. Three and two to a Herrera. And he sprays it foul over the screen. Right at Turner. And one out here in the 7th inning. Celebrate July 4th with the Phils when the Orioles come to town for interleague play. It's a 4:05 first pitch. Salute to veterans presented by Toyota. Arrive early for a special pregame ceremony honoring our nation's vets. Visit Phillies.com to order your tickets now. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. They did check it. No swing, says the third base umpire. There's that changeup. Yeah, there are 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And Nick Williams is coming up.
It's what you want, exactly 10 miles an hour off your fastball. And he turns it over. See it running away from Carlos. That's a good pitch.
So a pitching change. Ryan Matson's night is done. We'll be back with Sammy Solis right after this. solar-powered Liberty Bell. It's free to kids 14 and under. You can visit Phillies.com to order your tickets or take a picture or take a look at a picture of that Liberty Bell. There it is right there. It's moving. We're looking at it.
Yeah.
It was out in the sun today for a while. No. Just put it down. Yep, it's moving. There it is. We've got the Fanatic one from last year, too, that's up there. See? Moving pretty quick. The Fanatic, solar-powered Fanatic from Community Energy. Oh, man. That hit the arm guard of Nick Williams.
He didn't even move.
No. It's like he didn't even feel it.
I mean, he doesn't move. Why they wear him, Tom?
I don't think he intentionally did it either.
No.
I just don't think he reacted. Here's Kingery. He's 0 for 2, but he has a sac fly. His 23rd RBI. That was back in the 3rd inning.
That's got to grind the gears of a manager, you know? You bring a lefty in to face a lefty.
Yeah.
And you hit him.
Here's our Toyota turning point. This was Kingery's at bat back in the 3rd.
Just a smooth swing there by Scott Kingery, and he knows his job there. Elevate a pitch. Take a look at your Toyota turning point. Elevate a pitch and stay in the middle of the field. That's exactly what Scott Kingery did.
Change up, and it's 0-1. By the way, bullpen is quiet, so it means Nola is going out to pitch the 8th inning. There are guys that they give a little extra rope to, and Aaron's one of them. He hasn't reached 100 pitches yet. Check swing. Off the weighted bat. Tim the Bat Boy was in the general vicinity.
Good balance there by Scotty. Finished the swing and just stayed there. Like, he couldn't even push him over. That's something I've noticed the last couple of days. He has been swinging the bat better, staying more in the middle of the field. But that's how you want to finish. When you're done your swing, you want to be that balanced. It's like after you deliver a pitch, you don't want to be falling over to one side or the other.
Ground ball over to third base. And Rendon flips it to second. The inning is over, but the Phillies tack on. It's so nice to tack on at this juncture of the game. A 2-run home run by Rhys Hoskins. Aaron Nola back to work when we return for the 8th. Baseball is brought to you by Nissan. ShopChooseNissan.com. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Phillies lead it 4-1 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Zach Eflin last night, 7 innings, 6 strikeouts. Tonight, Aaron Nola, 7 innings, 7 strikeouts, but only 8 hits in the last 2 games. Nola begins the 8th. And Defoe fouls it off. Phillies have bullpen action behind Aaron. And a line drive, base hit to left center field. And Defoe will hold up at first. So a leadoff batter aboard here in the 8th. Bryce Harper's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thanks, Tom. It's time for the Major League Notebook, brought to you by the University of Maryland, University College, and some injury news in the Notebook tonight. The Astros are losing Carlos Correa. They announced today he's headed to the DL. The All-Star shortstop suffering from a sore back. They don't think it's anything serious, but they're going to be careful with him. 10-day DL for him. The Brewers are already shorthanded. They're without Lorenzo Cain right now, and they lost Christian Yelich tonight, also with a sore back during their game against Cincinnati tonight. So he left the game. No word on how long that'll be. Good news for the Angels, who have been, really dealing with the injury bug. But Shohei Ohtani announced today that he is cleared to swing the bat. He's been taking some BP, but now he's actually going to go out there and take some BP against live pitchers, so there is a chance that he can come back as a hitter this year. No word on whether or not he'll be able to come back as a pitcher, which is probably unlikely as he deals with that elbow injury. But the injury, the ligament is healing, they say, so therefore they're going to allow him to start to swing. So maybe coming back as an offensive player in not too long of a time for the Angels, guys.
The Angels have lost 5 straight. They're 12.5 out. As Murph alluded to, it's turned quickly.
Yes, it has. I wonder where Murph got those notes from.
For the Major League Notebook? I saw him scribble them down today.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
I just make them up as I go.
Yep. And 1 to Harper. And Harper pulls it foul, 1-2. What do you think? Another curveball here?
Tripled up on him this first at bat. I'd like to see that 2-seamer off the hip here.
Swing and a miss. A 4-seamer up a bit. 1 out here in the 8th inning.
Harper goes down for the 3rd time tonight. And you can see that ball just flat out by him. Right underneath. We talk about that average velocity, 92.1, but he has the ability to climb it on up to 94, 95, which he did there. I don't see the need for that.
Rendon lifts it foul out of play, and it's 0-1. He hasn't really lost any tempo as he's over 100 pitches. But for Aaron, over 100 pitches is not a big deal.
I don't think it's a big deal for a lot of pitchers.
I feel like Eflin last night could have gone farther.
Talk about stress-free innings.
Stress-free. I think now he's he's outguessing the Nationals. Because Rendon was really late on a 93-mile-an-hour fastball there.
Outguessing them.
Or outthinking them. They're not guessing right. He's outthinking them.
And executing them.
0-2 pitch coming. Curveball pulled foul.
You know, you could have the best game plan on paper, but if you can't execute the pitches, it does you no good.
Eflin did that last night through 7 innings. Then the Phillies turned to Sir Anthony to pitch the last 2. Gabe did not definitively say whether Sir Anthony was available tonight. You got to think he is unavailable, but we'll see. The 0-2 pitch coming to Rendon. Caught the weight, another throw over.
Again, I don't see the need for that. They're down by 3 runs here. You have 2, 3, 4 coming up. I like my chances with how far behind the plate.
Yeah. Fly ball right field. And Nick Williams will settle back on it. And there are 2 outs here in the 8th. Every time a Phillies pitcher reaches 95 miles an hour or more, Comcast will make a donation to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the fastest internet in Philadelphia. Aaron's done it 5 times. Here's Soto. Soto is 0 for 2 with a walk. Curveball that slides in. Whoa. 1-1.
This ball creeps back out and is up. Strong swing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Put together for a 19-year-old.
I don't know how you find them. The 1-1 pitch, change up, and it's a bit low. With the changeup again.
Doubled up.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Soto with a runner at first. And he'll foul another one off. As Aaron Nola is trying to get through the 8th inning tonight. The only run he allowed was back in the 2nd inning on a double by Pedro Severino. The 19-year-old is giving him a heck of a battle here. Curveball, and it's low, 3-2. He is really fighting. Daniel Murphy's on deck. I don't know if he'll face Nola or he'll face either Tommy Hunter or Adam Morgan. He's tried a lot of different spots
with a lot of different pitches, and for him to not take the bait there, Tom, he's seen it well. I think Aaron can execute one more pitch here.
Three and two. Runner will be off from first. Curveball pulled toward the right side, foul. It's one of the best at-bats of the night against Aaron Nola. Defoe will be off again with the 3-2 pitch coming. And he fouls it off again.
This will be pitch number 9 coming up.
This ties his career high. Phillies have the off day on Monday. That gives Nola an extra day. Defoe will start one more time. 3-2 again. Inside, it gets by Alfaro. And that'll put runners on first and second. And Daniel Murphy is coming up.
What an at-bat.
That's a great at-bat. And Aaron Nola may be done for the night. So Gabe's going to make a double switch. So we'll see if he's bringing in Adam Morgan or Tommy Hunter. It's going to be Morgan. Hunter has been throwing every once in a while. And Aaron Altair is going to come in. So we've got a pitching change with 2 outs here at the top of the 8th inning. Fantastic night for Aaron Nola. Two runners on base. He got a nice round of applause. Little tip of the cap right there as he went to the dugout. Nick Williams is also done for the night. Adam Morgan is on. And he's facing a tough lefty in Daniel Murphy with a tying run coming to the plate. Speaking of Daniel Murphy, on Sunday, he got this slider from Sir Anthony Dominguez that drove in 2. They had walked Soto intentionally. which he couldn't believe.
We've seen him get big hits with runners in scoring position. Let's hope this is not one of those times.
So top of the 8th inning, 2 outs, runners on first and second. And Adam Morgan is on. And there's a floater out towards second. Cesar is there. One pitch by Morgan, and the inning is over. Well, that was pretty easy. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 men left. Aaron Nola's night is officially done as we go to the bottom of the 8th. By Cure Auto Insurance, Michael Barquette and Ricky Metallico are standing by. They'll talk about this great start by Aaron Nola, and Hoskins helping the Phils add some runs. He had 3 hits so far tonight. That's all coming up on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies postgame live. Nationals go back to the bullpen. They'll bring in Brandon Kinsler, who's fresh off the disabled list. A 4.45 earned run average. Franco is 2 for 3. Aaron Nola threw a career high 114 pitches. 1 more than his previous high.
Can't get over that at bat by Juan Soto. I mean, that was, think about it, to have that kind of presence in the batter's box against one of the top 10 starting pitchers in all of baseball as a 19-year-old, and he saw every pitch that Aaron had and was able to spoil it like he did. That was a phenomenal at bat.
It's one of those that you sit there and wonder just what he will be like.
Yeah.
As he gets older.
Again, I was flailing at curveballs in the California League at 19. He's in the big leagues doing damage. It's the second ball that guy's got.
Yep. Gotta get the legs. You haven't been on the air since we were down the left field line. How about the next night? How many balls went down there? Or next day, I should say. Just a bit outside. 2-2. Out to right field towards foul territory. Harper will watch it go into the crowd. And the count remains 2-2. I guess that foot's okay. It's probably going to be really sore and stiff, but I guess it's okay. Got a little bit of a hitch in his giddy up.
Another Renee Latchman motto. That's what we got ice for, brother. He had so many of them.
And a line drive caught by Defoe. Nice play. It looked like it was running out of little gas as it was going out toward him. But it was a good play. 1 out here in the 8th.
And Michael didn't barrel it, but I still thought he had enough to get into the outfield. Fine play.
And now Alfaro, as you see Franco's reaction. You ever read his lips in Spanish?
I do. I cannot say what he said.
Okay. Fouls that off his foot. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's got that guard on that foot. Kerwin Denley just asked him to check the bat. Tommy Hunter in the bullpen.
Oh, wow. His right thigh.
I was way off because I thought it was the other foot.
I haven't seen some foul balls this year that are going places I've never seen going before.
I'm not even going to say where it's a foul anymore because I thought it hit his foot. Thigh would have been probably number 7 on my list. Left to the mound, Kinsler bare hands. And Alfaro is retired for the 2nd out here in the 8th. And here's Aaron Altair. .174 for Aaron. It just doesn't seem. It just seems odd for him to be at 174.
Yeah. He did hit 2 balls hard last night.
He did. Now that one's out toward the middle of the diamond, picked up on 1 hop by Defoe. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils on to the 9th inning. Time now for our WB Mason delivery of the game. We get some insurance runs from Reese Hoskins.
This is huge. Gets in a good 2-0 count off Brian Madsen. They try and get this ball in, T-Mac. It just doesn't get there. It does, however, end up in the seats. Put the Phillies up 4-1. That is your WB Mason delivery of the game.
So now it's Tommy Hunter who's on, trying to pick up the save. With the Phillies up 4-1. And Trey Turner is going to lead things off. Turner tonight is 1 for 3. Scored the only run for the Nats. And he fouls the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Tommy Hunter's got some fans behind the dugout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7. There's some family members that are in town.
A whole lot of Hunters.
High, 1 ball and 1 strike. Boy, that's a great shot. Look at the helmet of Alfaro. He was really late getting to it, obviously.
He's gotten beaten up the last couple nights.
2-1 now to Turner.
Some great camera work, though, isn't it?
It's so cool.
It's awesome.
Back toward the middle. That ball was smoked by Turner. Well, left up a little bit. So Turner's aboard with a leadoff single here in the 9th. And Michael A. Taylor will be the batter. See if the Phillies get somebody else up and warming in the pen. It looks like it's Sir Anthony. It is. Just a bit outside, and it's 1-0. Opposite way down the right field line. Turner can fly, so he's going to get at least to third. Now they're going to wave him home. Cesar will not make a throw. And now it's a 4-2 ball game.
He sure can fly. I mean, that ball is scorched into the corner, T-Mac. Scorched. His head down right on that. Nice piece of hitting there by Michael A. Taylor. This is just, I mean, he's on his horse. He is just never breaks stride. Even when he slowed down, he was still flying.
Did you think they had a play at the plate or no?
No.
Okay. So here is Adam Eaton to pinch hit for Severino. And Eaton takes high. It's 1-0.
Not many guys can outrun a baseball. Trey Turner is one of them.
Well, they just asked Alfaro to go out and talk to Tommy Hunter. His velocity is there, but his location is not. Everything is up right now from Tommy as Dominguez continues to warm up in the pen. I think they wanted to avoid using him tonight. They're going to roll the dice here. The Nationals are They've got Mark Reynolds on deck as well. That's the pitcher's spot. Herrera is loosening up in the pen. Inside, 2-0. Over to the right side. Santana's got it, and he'll take it to the bag. 3 unassisted. Runner goes to third. And here comes Reynolds. And Gabe is ascending.
I was going to say there's absolutely no reason they're going to have Sarah Anthony warm up if they weren't going to use it.
Yeah.
So as soon as he started to get loose, I knew he was going to be in this ball game at some point.
Yeah. So Tommy Hunter's night will be done. He's responsible for the runner over third base, and Dominguez will come in as the Phils look to close the door here in the 9th inning. So a pitching change here at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies on top 4-2. In the top of the 9th inning, a run has scored. The runner at third is his responsibility. And now the Phillies will turn to Sir Anthony Dominguez to try to close the door of this 9th inning. It'll be Reynolds and then Defoe. And see Dominguez's numbers: 5 saves, 6 opportunities. It's a big game for the Phils, big series for the Phillies. The Braves are off, so the Phils trying to gain a half game and push the Nationals back a half game in the standings. Yeah, the first pitch coming to Reynolds. They throw him a slider, and it's 1 ball and no strikes.
Nice play there by Georgie. That was a short one.
Another slider, 1-1. Trying to capitalize on Reynolds' aggressiveness. Reynolds can still blast a fastball. He has 6 home runs this year after having one of his best seasons last year, but went unsigned this offseason. Another slider, 1-2.
The answer to your question, Tom, is yes.
Okay. I wonder if he'll show him a fastball, but 0-2 in the dirt.
And the reason I say this because it wasn't like he wasn't even remotely close to that slider. He was missing it by a foot. Unfortunately, he just went and spiked that 1-2 slider.
Gonna go slider again.
Looks like it.
Swing and a miss. Boy, that one came over toward the heart of the plate, but it had enough movement and depth on it to get Reynolds for the second out.
And if you're looking for 100, this is more so the speed of the pitch. I know it was still at 90, but it was the speed that got Reynolds here. See him out in front. It was the speed that got him, definitely not the location.
And now Defoe 1 for 3 tonight. And that one gets away from Alfaro, but Taylor did not realize it, fortunately. That was not a bad pitch either. 0-1. Fastball at 100. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1 ball, 1 strike pitch. One pitch coming, and that one gets away from Alfaro. This time Taylor's coming home, and it's now a 4-3 ball game. I think that's got to be pass ball.
I don't think it hit the dirt.
I don't think it did either. That would be the 9th pass ball of the season, but we'll see. That's a pass ball, right? Well,
I don't know.
It doesn't matter because the run scored.
Should it be caught? Yes.
Yeah. So it is a pass ball. 3-1 to Defoe. 3-2. Crowd on their feet, the payoff pitch. And a strike 3 called right on the outside part of the plate. That was a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. The Phils have taken game 1 over the Nationals 4-3.
Well, we wondered if Sir Anthony was going to be available tonight.
I didn't think he was going to be.
I didn't either. But that question got put to rest.
Well, he picks up another save. And take a look at this pitch.
Take a look at this pitch from P.J. Wheelhands, just right on the line. Excellent call by Kerwin Danley. Ball game over. Woo!
Phillies are now 2 games out in the National League East. The Nationals are 4 games out. Our Chevrolet player of the game is Aaron Nola. Boy, he was spectacular again. 7 2/3, 8 strikeouts.
Just the 2 walks, 5 hits, 1 earned run. The fastball command was outstanding. We talk about his off-speed pitches, the command of the curveball and the changeup, how far that's come. But tonight, T-Mac, it was the fastball. His fastball command was dominant, outstanding. Career-high 114 pitches. Just a really, really good performance by number 27.
So he picks up his 10th victory of the season, and he is our Chevrolet player of the game. Here's that final out from Sir Anthony Dominguez. Boy, that is right on the outside part of the plate.
Just pain. You see just a slight little cut on that. Kerwin Danley rings him up. Phillies win 4-3.
By the way, Aaron is now the 3rd National League pitcher to reach 10 wins at this juncture. Sir Anthony Dominguez picked up the save. He's down on the field with Greg Murphy.
All right, thank you, Tom. Save number 6 for Sir Anthony. And you got the save last night, had to get 6 outs last night. You get 2 outs tonight. We weren't sure if we were going to see you. How did you feel out there? You look pretty good.
Yeah, I am ready every day for no matter the situation, no matter how many you throw, you have to be focused in the game always.
Talk a little bit about getting another chance against this Nationals lineup. You know, you get a chance to lock one down and you're able to do it.
Yeah, I was like really happy because they are here again. Because I can't go back to, because the last time they made me hurt, and right now I just try to get better every single day.
Well, you certainly look better tonight. And talk a little bit about Aaron Nola and locking this one down for him, because he was so good tonight. And I know you're able to close it out for him. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, I feel happy because I'm just here to help the team. You know, Nola is the big man, and I try to help him to win.
Well, you did that tonight. You got the team a win as well. Sir Anthony, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Guys, back upstairs.
All right, Murph, we appreciate that. Couple looks at this majestic fastball on the outside part of the plate. Nice frame by Jorge Alfaro. Was a strike according to PitchCast. Michael Franco liked it. Whew, it's a sigh of relief. It's a 1-run victory for the Phils as they take game 1 of this 4-game series over the Nationals. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.